Nice, man. Oh, do I need to improve quality again? No, I think we're okay on this one. Yeah, we're alright. Yo, yo, yo. Okay, we'll see if they're gonna go again. It's looking nice. It's looking nice. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully we'll get some nice action going on because BDO and NASA just had a pretty big fight. Oh, there we go. Nice. Yeah, so I think they're gonna go out of the, oh, here they go. Are they going? Okay, man, you know, they're giving me inklings right now because I want to watch this. But I think they're going to go soon because they just had a big one. Yeah, there's so many people fighting right now. This is like the day. This is the day of days. Because Zone 2 is just going absolutely nuts. Yeah, no, it's going to be pretty wild. Rap, what's up, man? Welcome. Dude, here they go. Oh my god, they're going. They have decided. There is a lot right now. Let's see. Interesting. So they're coming out and they're peeling right now compared to going straight in. Let's try going simple here. Curious if that's going to help us out at all. Yeah. May even... Let's try if we can go to mid real quick. I wonder if that's going to help us out too. Let's just do middle and lower a bit. Again, I want to try and get at least the smoothest that we can. And as long as it's not god-awful, we should be okay. Is the hope there. Yeah, the only thing that kind of sucks about simple, and we talked about this yesterday as well, is that you just can't see everyone that's getting attacked. Unfortunately, like you can't see all of the nameplates and their HP that's going down as well. So it just makes it a little bit harder to, you know, kind of tell like where the landscape is going. But we can always use it as a factor for like once things start smoothing out, we can just take it off. So that can kind of be what we go with as well. Oops, I don't want to do that. So BDO pushing down, crazy poops. Yeah, let's see how this looks if we take simple off. I wonder how this will play if we just kind of do the medium with mid graphics here. We'll see. Okay. I mean, it's holding okay, shockingly. Ish. Yo, there's our boy Duz. Yeah, dang. Maybe, yeah, we might. We'll see. We might have to put simple back on. We'll see here in a sec. Yeah, let's see if the lag. What does the lag do? Does it even help at all? Okay, I guess a little bit. I guess it does help a little bit. And the other way we can actually tell this too as well is that if we look at the banner up here, if you notice when we had simple off, the banner was lagging a little bit. But now the banner's kind of fluidly playing. So at least in that instance, if it's right, then it seems like it is helping a bit. So yeah, let's do that. We'll rock simple mid graphics, at least for where we're at now, and that should hopefully help. Dude, BDO is just coming down like a freight train right now, fam. I mean, talk about just invading at the moment. on the NASA side. And even though there is a number of people here from, even though NASA had a good, at least what it appeared to be decent activity on their side, BDO is just overwhelming right now, and Maui just has a little bit too much. Yeah, because last time when I was watching, they were actually pushing deep into their territory as well. So the fact that this is happening again, and maybe someone who's a little bit more familiar with the BDO fight as far as if anything was happening differently yesterday, but at least the 2 times I've seen at the moment, they've been able to push decently into the BDO territory, just really making a statement at that point. Yeah, just wild. So they're pushing back now. Let's see if we can take Simple off. Gosh, just a horde, dude. It's like they're just weaving in between all the veins at the moment. Just wow. I mean, talk about showing up with your butt up. Yeah. Zachary, what's up? How we doing? Doing good. Doing good so far, man. Had, shockingly, have a little bit of time to, amazingly, stream again. I wasn't actually expecting to be able to go again today, but we are. So I will take what I can get, always. But yeah, had some soccer games this morning for the kiddos. The baby is asleep upstairs. And the lady's just chilling right now. So, yeah. At least from what it looks like, I should say. All right, so right now, BDO is, I mean, again, so to give you a little bit of lay of the land, okay, so, oh wow, so NASA actually is pushing back up now. So BDO is attacking the NASA flag. They just connected over the river, and we're waiting to see, I mean, again, they were across, right? So keep in mind, they were, we're probably going to have to put Simple back on. Yeah, let's put Simple back on. So shockingly, I mean, Simple is helping. But let me give you a lay of the land real quick, right? So they just connected over here across the river. This is in Zone 2. I think this is Beduria. So this is top left of Bellerin Season 2. And this is at, I guess, the middle-ish choke point that they have. You can see the NASA keep is right here. There's 29 units in it. They have the flag at 61% right now. And then this is like just a horde of BDO. And then NASA is down here coming up. So we're going to watch. Oh, wow, they're actually pushing down again. They're just like, we're just going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. Knight, what's up? Hey, Nasty Love from 351. Appreciate that, man. Always happy that people are hanging out and checking us out from younger kingdoms. So hopefully enjoy. Jeez, man, they're just so like, I mean, they're pushing down through multiple lanes. I don't know if this is on purpose or if this is semi-organized, but it looks nice. It does look nice. PDO's gonna push all day, so enjoy the long stream. Thanks, Rap. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. This ain't cheap. Frame drop server, dude. It was bad. Someone told me yesterday that. I'm hoping it's not a me thing, because they were telling me they have like a really souped up desktop and they have like a 3080 Ti graphics card or something like that, or processor, whatever it may be. And they were telling me that even they were getting drop frames or just lag when there was just hundreds of players out in the field. So, you know, as much as I'd like to believe it is just a me thing and it can be solved with a simple upgrade of the system, which, again, eventually at one point we'll do as well, it's nice to know that other people are struggling. So, and I get to hang out in a boat with others. It just makes me feel better, is really what I'm getting at. So, Sneaky, what's up, baby? My PC crashed. I have a $3,000 PC. See, there you go, man. There you go. Yeah. I mean, I will say this, though. The simple mode is helping, and we've already tested it out a little bit, right? So, like, if I took simple mode off, and one of the ways to test this, like we were saying earlier, is where You can put it on and you'll notice that there will probably be some immediate lag or some difference in frames. But when we saw the banner that was coming across the top, the announcement banner, and we took simple mode off, you could see the banner was stuttering. But when we put simple mode on, the banner did not stutter. Or we should say, just not as nearly as bad as it was before. So, you know, again, to me, it feels like simple mode is helping, which, if so, is nice to hear. It's nice to get a little upder. But man, dude, BDO is just putting the hurting right now. I gotta see, where am I at? Let me load up my scout, because I don't think I've taken a look yet at... you know, we'll do that in a sec, because I just want to look at what the power differential is. Maybe if we have some time today, we'll go through... I'm trying to think right now. Maybe we could go through the Alliance members if we get like some lull moments where we go through the member lists and we take a look at the T5 comparison, at least at like a 50 mil plus threshold for each of the alliances, just to see where they're at, because I do need to do a big PvP deep dive, even though I was hoping to do it actually before we started. It's just, man, there's so much action going on. I did not have enough time, which is, again, to my own fault there. I really wanted to try and get that out before we started, but beggars can't be choosers, as they say. So, you know, I'll take what I get. Let's see. Yeah, man. I guess we can take simple off now. I mean, that's just a lot, right? I think it's okay if they're not heavy engaging, right? Like if they're just, I mean, look at this though, dude. I mean, this is just absolutely nutter biscuits. So, because they are. So let's see right now, right? Because S204, so this is the thing we have to keep in mind, right? So this is SB204, and SB204 we have, right, so the main matchup here is BDO, RKO, NASA, and then the LUH group from what I last heard. Baduria we know is BDO and NASA. Over in Azanor, which is over here, right? So you have the Zone 2s, Azanor, Ravona, Camelot, and then Baduria, right? That's the main NASA BDO fight. There is a big fight happening over here, though, which is RKO and VH. And I think DK is in that somewhere as well. Like, see, you see them just banging it out right here. And this is a little bit more tolerable, right? Because, again, we can leave simple mode off. We don't really, right? Because there's not, 200 plus units that are going at it. But RKO has really good activity over here on this side, and so it is DK and VH. Okay, good. Let me update my thing because I had put that out. Oh yeah, hashtag DK hashtag. Bam, we got it updated. Solid. Gotta update my sheet at all times. But yeah, so they're fighting it out. Let me see. We got RKO there, and then it's VH and DK, right? So, interesting. Are we like? Oh, I thought they were counter pushing. Wow, no. So they're destroying flag up top, and they're building. I mean, this is pretty overwhelming right now. See, isn't it nice when you get to watch the fight, and it's just nice fluid movement? When you're not seeing an abundance of lag and frame rate drop. It's always nice. Yeah. Yeah, man, no, I mean, again, we're going to go and look at a bunch of them. I mean, obviously the RKO fight doesn't seem as though, like this one here, doesn't really seem as though they're getting that much pushback. I mean, again, unless DK and DK and VH just come out with a horde of other numbers, right? I mean, this is pretty overwhelming on the RKO side. So, again, unless something really changes on that field of battle, I doubt that they're probably going to end up having a high percentage chance of pushing. I think it's more likely that we might see, and who knows, I don't even know how it's going to look. I mean, this is like super dense right now on BDO, just really coming out, and NASA's not even doing anything at the moment. So, but again, maybe that could just be because they're timing out, maybe they're gathering. Let's zoom out a little bit more and see. If not, okay, yeah, so maybe, okay, so they are gathering, okay. So it looks like they got a little gather going on here. Probably going to wait and then push again. So maybe we'll come back. Let's go and see. We were in 4, and I'm pretty sure GG and NOR were fighting. Let's go take a look over here and see. Ooh, good timing. Look at this. We were watching a little bit of this earlier, and there's NOR here. We got NA. And okay, nice. Yeah, okay, let's watch a little bit of this because they're going at it a little bit more. Yeah, we might pop in and kind of hop out here and there. I need to try and update, or basically what my usual plan is to just be looking at my scouts so I can kind of look at where the action is. So the moment that something happens, we can transition. You know, I basically have to be the production crew like they do at games. You know, it's like doing production for an NBA game, right? Like you just always have to be constantly switching the cameras up. Oh no, why did they stop the moment that I come and look? How dare you people? Yeah, see, I wouldn't just sit on the bridge though. This is not ideal. Right, we often talk about that when we generally talk about kind of choke point strategy. Is that you have an opportunity to push out. Again, I can understand probably why they wouldn't want to push out though right now, especially if GG NOR just has a little bit more numbers than they do. But if that's the case, I still wouldn't sit here on the bridge at that point. I mean, yeah, it's rough because, but maybe potentially want to try and protect the keep a little bit, but. You're in such a thin lane right now that you just again you would take so much unnecessary AoE damage. So usually you want to, I mean, in most cases you typically want to push beyond the bridge, but if you don't have numbers yet, then just again gather numbers and then push. Which I don't know why NOR GG wouldn't just push this at the moment, right? Especially if they just want to aggro pull the keep and then they can go ahead and push in. I mean, if you think about it, they'll deal more overall damage AoE for all these units on the bridge versus the amount of damage they would take from one keep, kind of picking a unit off at a time. So definitely a little bit more value there. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. If sound effects are a little bit too loud, just let me know, too, as well. Oh, Kevin says it's NA downtime. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense then, if that's the case. BDO's gonna push all day. Let me see. Same graphics. Any way to lower the quality? Any way to lower the quality of the graphics? Yeah, you can. So we've already lowered it to recommended, just to reduce some, and I think that helped a little bit. Again, I'd like to try and keep it at high, but you know, really that probably would work out more for just some of the small to mid-scale fights. Any kind of the large or really big ones. Oh, here we go. Looks like they're pushing. Oh, get it. All right, so NOR is okay. We'll see. I mean, again, giving in this is the thing, right? If you're gonna push out here, spread yourself, right? Like that's one of the things. Where's my thing here? Do I have my stuff? All right. So what do we often? Oh, hang on. Let's do it like this. Second grab here. That looks good-ish, right? So, and bear in mind, they probably already have enough manpower to really do that. But the idea is like you want to do something like this. Oops, hang on, that's not a good color. Let's go with pink, right? So you kind of want to go like this, right? So that way you're hitting, ideally, from all sides at that point, right? You don't just want to kind of like line yourself, like what NOR and GG are doing, just following this line. This isn't really the most ideal thing, right? This is, and again, I always say these things respectfully, but it's very rudimentary. Tactics and strategy, right? It's just very entry level at that point where, you know, you're not really trying to kind of min-max yourself in the fights. Now, obviously, once your enemies, if they end up getting pushed back beyond the bridge, then you kind of have a decision to make, which is you're either going to kind of fight the long game along the ramp, right? So you're going to try and put units like here, 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 and you're going to try and fire across all the way. And probably in most cases, it's probably just going to be your mages or your archers if you have the increased ranged seasoned talent on. Or what usually you would do is once you have enough people, you push all the way through, and then you basically just like banana peel, right? You either banana peel, or if you find an area that you can go to that does not have a lot of turrets, it's a little bit more open, maybe there's not a lot of keeps, right? Then you kind of find an area that you can operate in and then set up, and then you can go ahead and kind of start, you basically would set up your formation, then you start pushing and kind of figuring out what your primary and secondary objectives are at that point. But yeah, I mean, just fighting straight up, when they were on the bridge and you're just kind of lining it back and forth. I mean, it's more of a brute force tactic, right? Like that's really what you're thinking. You're not saying to yourself, oh wow, there's a lot of like high level strategy that's being put in here, right? Just because it's very simple and basic in its approach. Along with, they just have a lot of people that are just chilling. Maybe they just don't. Maybe it's really. Maybe they just feel that way. It's like, dude, we just don't need, like, this to me is like somewhat disrespectful, right? It's like, yo, we're just going to handle you guys with like 20 units at this point. And again, I need to look at what the numbers are because I don't know. I think from what I remember, NOR was at like 17 bill plus and NA was like 14 point something. So I think there was like a little bit less than a 3 bill difference, at least as it pertains to alliance power. But dang, they're just like setting up campfires right now, man. Yeah, but again, someone was saying it is NA's downtime, so that makes sense too as well. I know it's a little bit earlier for me when we're coming in and showing off compared to yesterday. I think yesterday we did it pretty late. It was 2 UTC, I think, 2 to 3 is when we ended up coming on. They got the Spire on, right? Yeah. So yesterday I saw them hitting the Spire, and I was like, guys, don't worry, I got it. Shh, don't worry, it actually happened. just the fact that they let you click on it, right? Even though it doesn't do anything, just the fact that they allow for you to click on it, like they give you that option, even though you're not in alliance, is just absolutely. Yeah, it's a little bit lackluster, right? Like, only if it would work. Yeah, it's just too funny, man. Absolutely too funny. Yeah, and then I think Neff moved, right? Because yesterday, Neff was fighting. He was over there, and I think now it's Dr. Someone that I saw earlier, and he was... over there in the southwest of Zone 2, right? And you saw Neff City got there. Someone said probably through like a random teleport, and was able to get out in front of that gate to the southwest. And he was just sending those 5 marches out nonstop to delay the flag push. And then I went to go and look again today, and his city was moved. And someone else, I don't think they swapped there. I think the guy actually, or whoever the player is, ended up TPing a little bit farther north. Not too far, but a little bit, maybe like 50 kilometers. And then they were basically doing the same thing at that point. See, given how much NOR and GG has right now, I'm shocked that they don't put more people on the keep at this point. And then, because they have enough. Oh, interesting. This is Meowers Gresh Skogel it, probably. But don't the rallies... Huh. See, I thought the rallies were... I thought the effect from the update was already hitting where they can just pass through units. Or, sorry, maybe it isn't the rallies. I might have to go back and read it. I know it's with units that can pass through each other now, where you can kind of walk through each other. Oh, so maybe it is with rallies. Look, because they're doing it now too. Look, the rally went right through the fortress. It didn't end up going around. So maybe it is them. Like, I'll have to go back and read the update just to double check. But if you don't engage it, then then you should be. I guess that's the idea, right? If you don't engage the unit, then you should be able to pass right through it. Yeah, that's super interesting. But it doesn't look like they're trying to focus it, even though maybe it was just taking some splash. Oh, I see. They split it already. That's why. I'm looking for it. Like, where did it go? And yeah, I guess it did. I guess they just ended up dispersing it. Excuse me. I was saying split it. Yeah, I mean, same thing at this point. Yes. I mean, NA is still coming out, though. Yeah, oh, we can actually see what the powers are, right? So, I forgot. So, if we click on here, NA's at almost 15 bill. And then ROR is... Where's their flag real quick? I think they're over here in blue, right? Yeah. Oh, here we go. So, ROR was at 15. They're 17.5. Okay, so 2.5 difference there. And I think red is GG. They should still be built. Oh, crud. Where am I looking right now? They should still be building. Yeah, so they're building. TK, I think, is still... Oh, wow. So they actually got pushed off this? It's at 86%. Okay, so it's mainly just like them just going at it right now. Yo, there's our two new lovely ladies, Margaret and Zendaya. Yeah, and no one's going to be able to tell me different because that's what their names are. It's Margaret and Zendaya. Oops, let's see. Shadowfly, Terrifying Inferno, Divine Mercy. That was a good play. Again, defensively enough because they're not pushing and they're kind of established on their side. They're not really getting pushed either, so making sure you get that blink usage, that burst strike, that Wolf Shadow. Another Divine Mercy getting procced. Ooh, geez, was that negative 16, negative 8k? Damage? Nuts. That Shadow Game's getting thrown out. They're just going back and forth. Just going back. You know, I'm shocked we're not seeing a little bit more flying, right? Just even if it's just flanking from the north and kind of picking them off one by one, just to add a little bit of diversity. I mean, that's kind of next level stuff that we often talk about, where you're getting to a point where you're able to have kind of small battles outside of the main battle, right? Or you're able to fight equally on multiple fronts. It just really creates another depth, another level of strategy and tactics when you're kind of fighting big or largely on the open field. Yeah, I'm almost done on my scout, and then we should be able to start queuing up, or at least looking at other KvKs, because I do want to go and watch some others too as well. I have a nice little window today. And as always, man, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you, because it helps us out a lot. Also helps the algorithm put our live stream out there to more human beings, and, you know, why not? Let's see what we got here. Okay, we gotta catch up on some chat. Let's see. So many flying creatures. And the lower, what do we got here? Amazon, ST-118 is a fight. Okay, okay. Is that still going on? I will make a note or update if they're still fighting. Let me see what I got for them in T-118. That was... Yeah, Final Zone for you guys opened 5 days ago, I think, and it was LTS Law versus BDPS BP LEDW. And you're saying they're still fighting? I'll make a note here. Still fighting? Let's update that. Cool. I wonder if Neff's on the field, or maybe I'm just missing... Oh, but let me show you guys the person that I was talking about real quick. Because this is... Where is it? Hang on, let me show you guys. So, against TK, Neff was actually... I think Neff was around here. And he had random TP'd over here. And he was just sending his 5 marches over to delay and stop TK. That's why they haven't made it all the way up here yet. Right? And so he was like around here is where this, from what I remember. But now if we go up, you'll see there's another city and it's this person, Dr. J, right? And I saw them send 5 marches out a little while ago, and they were kind of attacking some of the supply lines. But again, obviously not doing anything right now, unless maybe they're just offline. But yeah, it was really interesting because we were talking about it yesterday during the live stream on how it really factored a good bit to where it's basically at this point in time a 2v1, right? Again, at least until they get a little bit closer, and then again, depending on how much they're really going to be able to assist on the fight and factor in. But just the fact that it happened, right? And we saw the value in it for what it was able to do at that time. Okay, another Gresh Gogol rally coming in. Looks like NA's actually going to push out. Dude, I'm loving the balls right now on these guys. Oh, dang it. They just stopped right at the edge. Man, I thought they were going to go all the way out, but that did not happen. Maybe they will once the rally goes out, and they'll maybe break and split a little bit, because, man, they need to get off of this bridge right now. Like, it is really dampering their efforts overall. Yes, Woody, what's up?
My hair right here.
Let me see your ear. Ew, you got a lot of stuff in there, girl. You got that. Where's mommy? She's sleeping?
Yeah.
She is? Okay, then don't be loud for mommy, okay? What is it?
No.
Okay, stop yelling. I'll come and talk to me. And tell me to come over so I can talk to her. Go. But be quiet. Walk over. Come here. These kids need to learn their inside voices, or I'm going to put them in my dungeon. I mean my fungeon. So, everyone's like, that's serious, boss. It is.
Daddy.
Shh, come here.
Ellen hit me a lot on
Okay,
this.
how about we stop hitting each other?
I did
And
not.
how about we stop hitting each other and play now?
I didn't do anything on her,
Okay.
but you keep hitting
No,
me.
if you didn't do anything, then she wouldn't be saying anything. So,
You did.
what are we going to do from now on?
No fighting.
And what else?
No hitting.
What are we going to do?
Be nice to
From you.
sisters.
You tell me.
Be nice.
Okay, what else?
Don't fight.
Okay, so what else? How about we stop rubbing it because it's red? Do you want to go walk Max? Okay. Okay. Well, don't touch it. I'll put something on a little bit. Where's mommy? Is she sleeping?
In Evan's room.
Okay, so what do we need to do if mommy's sleeping?
Quiet.
You know, using our
Voices.
inside voices, right? Okay, thank you.
Let a cat like my bike.
In a little bit, I'll tell you guys
Ellen
when.
was hitting me with her hand and the toy
Okay,
thing.
so the next time someone does something, what's going to happen?
Tell Grandma.
No. Well, yes, do that. But the next time one of you complains, you're both going to be sitting down. Let's go. I'll be right there. Go ahead. Thank you. These kids. The bane of my existence. But in a good way. In a good way. For those of you, if you have kids, you'll understand someday. And if you don't have kids yet, well, good for you. Dude, NA is pushing out now and finally pushing NA Nor and GG back, at least in this instance. Not bad. I would like to see a little bit more spread here in this case. There doesn't really seem to be... Oh, wow. Can I open up 2 of these? That's really shocking at this point. Yes.
Mia's being real short. We didn't get the poop bag for
The what?
Mia wants get the poop bag for so much to poop.
Okay, I'll get it in a little bit. Okay? Thank you. Okay. Or here, girls, let Max out in the back. Yeah, let him out in the back. Yeah, tell Mia she can open the back door and let Max out. Let Max. Yes. Yes.
Why?
So he can go pee pee. Yeah, go tell Mia she can open the back door and let Max go out for a little bit. Here we go. Excuse me. This is the day. This is my day, right? This is how it is. So you get what you get. All right. NA pushing Nor GG. Let's see. What were we trying to say earlier? We were trying to say earlier that NA is clumping and Nor GG is clumping as well. Why are we not maximizing and doing this and then also flanking? Why are we not trying to maximize all the areas that we can hit in, right? This is what we're talking about, right? It's just it's very kind of entry level play overall when we see this. And to me, when I see this playing, like, yeah, this is, again, I always love. I'm always going to be a fan of watching as much PvP as I can, but at the end of the day, always nice to be able to kind of talk about what those opportunities are for what we could eventually be seeing and where we can go with the quality of PvP beyond what may currently being presented to us. So that is something, hopefully, and again, I think in Noir's case, probably like in TFS's case in some cases, without saying case so much, is that they can probably just power through in some situations, right, where maybe they don't feel the need to do that. But can it still help? Yes, it can, right? Especially if you're trying to reduce Sev woundeds, if you're trying to make it so that way your overall DPS output is a lot better, and you're just taking less damage. It can. So NA and GG NA being able to push out, but just not spreading as much as they could be. And I think that really would have helped out as well, at least to a degree. I mean, I think it's pretty clear that Noir and GG have more activity than they do at this moment, but it doesn't mean that they still can't have kind of good fighting tactics, right? Put that down, please. Thank you. What is it?
You don't open the front door.
No, the back door. You can't open this door?
This door?
Yeah, this door right here. Can you go open this door? So Max can go out in the back?
With the trampolines?
Yes. Yeah. Just open it, let him go out, and then when he's ready to come in, you open the door again. Yeah, you can go out with him, sweetie. Just put your shoes on. All right. I'm somewhat back. All right, fam, we're at 8 likes right now. This is despicable. I want to see 20 likes in a minute. Go. Yeah. Unless you don't like me. I'm sure. Now it's getting a little cringy. Ooh, okay. I got to start queuing up and see what else we got, because we do want to look at some more fights. So now that I have a moment, let's go and take a look. So Amazon was telling us about, let's see, LM. Ooh, how about the LMVP22 fight that's happening in SP2-2? Let's take a look real quick at that. I want to see how that's going down. And maybe we'll go watch that if there's something there. Let me see. Oh, there's my boy Zeal. Okay, there's not really a lot. They're fighting it out in the middle of the wasteland, which is still kind of cool in its own right, but they haven't connected flags yet. So, oh damn! Oh wow! Is it gonna pop off? Okay, no. Ooh, okay, no. They're moving, but it hasn't popped off yet. Okay. Yeah, no. Okay. Let's skadoosh this over. He's crying. Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me right now. So nothing really happening there. Are they still building? Why are they building in that direction? I'm flabbergasted at this point. Oh, okay, let's go see if the EIS, LSK, ROE, ROR fight is still going on. If it is... Ooh, it is. It is. Okay. So it's absolutely bonkers over there right now. We're going to go watch that for a little bit. Which is SBO23. They are fighting up the freaking wazoo right now. I'm probably going to have to immediately turn simple mode on. Potentially. I just don't know how this is going to look. Look at this right now. It's absolutely freaking nuts. So let's give you a lay of the land. We got EIS pushing up here. Again, this is Cameled, Zone 2 for Bellerin Season map. They are almost at the mid-junction point, but we have LSK, EIS here, and then you have ROE, there's ORPR, and then up here is ROR, right? So they're coming down. They're basically fighting here south of the Thunder Rock. That's a lot of human beings. I'm just going to say that right now. Let's zoom in one more time. I'm curious, will this hold if we take simple off? Let's just see how this plays. It is somewhat holding, and I'm happy. Ooh, look at that. We were able to zoom out one more as well. See, this is what I'm talking about here, fam. I love the fact that I want to be able to zoom out a little bit more. Like this viewing angle here, like if I could zoom out one more time, I feel like I would be in a really nice sweet spot. That's where your boy wants to be. Just so we can see a little bit more of the landscape, Also being able to see fights that are potentially going on at the edges or even little battle groups that might be preparing. Those are things that I want to be able to see and just have a little bit more of a clearer picture. So yeah, not bad. Not bad. We got to see, what does the power look like here for them? Let's see real quick. So we have, yo, shout out to my boy J-Derb. Yeah, man, one of the OG Kingdom 65 project players that was with me there. Let me see if I can load up the scout real quick for this. Where am I at? SP2 403. Where am I? 403 10. Here we go. I'm gonna see if we can get a look real quick at some power. Dude, look at all these people running the Margaret Zendaya builds. I still got to catch up here. Okay, we're at 14 likes. I appreciate it. We got 6 more to 20, fam. We can do it. Again, if you're just tuning in with us now, we are basically having a period of time where we're going to be watching a lot of SB2 at minimum, KvK Wars, as Zone 2 just opened yesterday. And pretty much in the past 24 to 30-ish hours. And these are, again, made up of some of the strongest alliances, the strongest players, and some of the players that spend the most amount of money on the game. So there's a lot of fighting that has been breaking out in Zone 2, and we're here to try and cover as much of it as humanly possible, along with any maybe younger KvK seasons as well, if we end up finding any kind of dying out moments. And thankfully, the off simple mode at mid-recommended graphics is holding up decently well, which I'm always going to be a fan of. So I just want to point out, right, EIS is an LSK. They're splitting decently right now, right? This line is pretty wide. It still could go a bit wider, but this is not bad, right, as far as coming in. ROE doing a decent job even on their width spread, right? You can kind of see that they're almost matched line for line, right? So if you're looking at it here, it's kind of like line for line here, line for line there. You see the spreads on both sides. This is decent. This is a little bit more of what we're really looking for. I'd like for them to fill out this area and also fill out a little bit over here. Same thing, right, where it's like fill this out, curve that. Same thing over here. Curve this up here as an example, right? Really fill out the width as much as you can, because those who can take the most amount of advantage within the space that they have to be utilized for them is really going to be having an edge. And this is already, again, I would say this is already a good example of what I consider to be decent spread by both sides. I mean, a little clustered, a little clumping here in the middle from EIS, but really for the most part, right, they are all spread and really widening themselves a good amount. And that's what I like to see. Because now it's really just, okay, where are the groups, where are the pockets that we're going to focus fire, and then also taking advantage of the outliers, anyone who's kind of overextending or just kind of off to themselves, right? Are you going to be moving left and right, or are you just going to kind of hold your lines and spread as much as you can? There's a couple ways that you can play it out. Even here, right, because there's some cliff areas, they could even be having flying units, right, coming across the river from the west, if it's ROE, ROR, or ROPR, if that's right. And then on the east side, same thing with EIS and LSK. Ooh, excuse me. Right, being able to maybe send some flyers over the mountain ranges and kind of attacking some of the supply lines going back. I mean, there's a number of things, right, that could be happening. It's just, right, how much are we going to be able to see within this current line of sight? Yeah. No, but they are going at it right now. Dun, dun, dun. Ooh, you know what I got to do? I always forgot this. Here we go. Is that the Discord too? I always forget to put this one in. Let me scroll down here. Pin. Awesome. There we go. I always forget to pin that early. But yeah, again, for anyone who's interested as far as getting notified whenever we do go live or we have new content coming out, I just posted and pinned a message on the chat where we'll have Discord information, and then for those that are interested in supporting beyond just the standard viewership. Ooh, was that negative 41k damage that I just saw? Ooh, negative 12k damage there on that one. That was nice. Is Prayeth still in EIS? I need to check real quick. Didn't I just load up the board? Oh, I did. Let's take a look here. Oh, yeah, she is. No, she's in LSK now. Okay. So power right now for this matchup, right? It's ROE, ROR, which are 1 and 3, and then EIS and LSK are 2 and 4. So the matchup, I'll just show it to you real quick over here. There we go. So you can see ROE is at 13.4. EIS, I mean, this is pretty much, I mean, this is as close as it freaking gets, guys. This is like, again, we would need to do a T5 breakdown specifically to look at how that looks going up, but at least alliance power to alliance power, I mean, they're within 150 mil and they're within 100 mil. Like, this is a pretty straight up matchup right now. I think NTS just isn't really here in the fight, right? So it's, let's see, Preya, 273, ROE, Emperor, Dark Elves, LSK. What's he have? Yeah, let's see. How about Alliance Merits? What are we looking at right now? So EIS, ROE, close, and then LSK, and ROR's up here. So what's that, 35 mil difference, but here 25 EIS, ROE. Okay, so not bad. Right. I mean, again, on paper it looks pretty good. Yeah, right. Yeah. Sorry, Zach, you asked earlier. Guys, 2 more likes until 50. We can do it. Appreciate you guys. Sorry, Zach, you were asking earlier. I wish you could cover COD full time. Reckon they'd sponsor you? So, well, first and foremost, thank you for the kind words. I very much would love to be able to cover COD full time. You know, honestly, being able to, you know, if I was in a position to where I could cover COD, and even beyond that, you know, the kingdom builder genre, but mostly COD, right? COD, and then just kind of bleeding over into kingdom builders as a starting point. I'd love to, if I was there at a point. I mean, technically, like, could the developers? So, I mean, if you're asking generally, or if the question is being asked, like, could the developers sponsor, you know, some creators, and, you know, pay them enough, even if it's like a minimum, like just to like do content full time? Yeah, they could, right? I think it's no mystery that games like Rock, COD, you know, Lords Mobile, State of Survival, the list goes on, Whiteout Survival, etc. Right? They make a lot. I'm sure they make a lot of money. And could they? And again, I'm talking creators that, you know, are showing consistent investment, and it's just a matter of they just don't really have the means to like cover as much as they'd like, but they've shown you that loyalty, they've shown you that consistency, they've shown you that willingness to put forth that amazing effort in a number of ways. Like, could the program say, yeah, look, we're going to, you know, sponsor a couple people, and, you know, we'll, you know, pay you enough to where you can, you know, like, you know, cover your bills and expenses, right? Like, enough to basically where it could justify you doing that. Sure, like, that could be a thing. I don't know anyone that does that, as far as any devs that I've heard of, right? And I'm talking like before you're making that amount already on YouTube, as an example, or through other means, right? You know, for me, in my case, it is just a little bit different because, you know, in usually the average people that stream, the average people that produce content, I would argue are a little bit younger than me. And due to that, they most likely have more average available time than I do when it comes to putting out content and streaming. Excuse me. So, from there, you know, like for me in my situation, you know, as most people know, I got 3 little girls, and, you know, I work full time, you know, hanging out with the lady and a lot of family as well that they have. So for me, it's just always a little bit more limited. That's why I try to typically kind of min-max the efficiency and passion that I have for the particular type of content that I like to produce and put out. And it's enjoyable for me. You know, I love doing it. Would I love to at one point in time, do this full time? 100%. I would. But just in order, it's like with anything in life, right? In order to be able to do that, you need to be able to, be making enough to, meet your basic means. So it just happens that my basic means is me plus, my kiddos. And lady, of course, too, as well. So, but one day I'd love to. Because I can tell you right now, if I was, I'll say this. If I ever get to a point where I am producing content full time, that would mean that I'm making enough money to cover my expenses and then hopefully, maybe a tidbit more. At that point, I would immediately start saving and aiming to invest in upgrading my rig, upgrading my camera, maybe getting a green screen, looking into just a lot of different things that I'd love to do that I think I could really I really feel like I could put out a really dope, unique product for not only COD, but just kind of kingdom builders in general. Things that, things that from like a lot of the content that I produce and a lot of like the data collecting and research that I do, I think we could like really make a really cool show that we produce when it comes to live streaming and probably even carrying over some of that as well to post-production for some of the videos. Because most people know I'm like Mr. One Take right at the end of the day. So I don't typically do any editing unless it's absolutely needed or if I have to cut something out or trim something off, but I just don't want to redo the video. So, but that's me. And, I think, so it's more live stream-esque style, right? Because when you're live streaming, you can't cut anything, right? You can't edit, you can't do any post-production stuff, right? Because everything's in real time in that moment. So, I very much like to try and emulate and embody that as much as I can. I just think that there's a lot of good takeaways, and it's also a good learning experience as well when you can bring that back to regular videos. I just, I think like with anything, it's just trying to be as concise and as detailed as possible when you're going in and doing content. But anyways, I feel like I'm getting off on a tangent now at that point. Hopefully that answers the question. Zach. Yeah. But man, EIS and ROE, man, they are still, in LSK, they are still going at it, just banging nonstop. Gotta love it. Yeah. Scoobser, what's up? Welcome. Sneaky says at the start, I believe the power was 14.3 billion for BDO and 13.7 billion for NASA. Okay. Rap, what's up, man? You got a NASA member in chat asking for an interview. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, like I'd love to do that kind of stuff, right? Where we, like maybe we're watching a big war, and the war comes to an end. Everyone's kind of like getting off, and then we do some kind of like post-war interview with players from both sides, and we do that live. Like that could be really dope, right? I feel like I'd like to be a little bit bigger before I potentially do something like that, but yeah, like ideas like that are great. I mean, we've done that. We've done it a couple times. I think we did it with Naf and Jason as well. Like two or three seasons ago, we did something like that. But no, it is a good idea. She says, would be fun if you could evolve your commanders, for example, turn Guanwin into a super epic. Makes epics more relevant in the game. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you want my honest opinion, I just don't think that they should have tiered heroes. I think they should just have heroes. I don't think that they should call them anything. I don't think they should have them as uncommon. I don't think they should be called epic. I don't think they should be called legendary. I think you should just have commanders, right? Commanders or heroes, whatever you want to call them. But there's no distinguishable tier label, right? To me, that's the way I think it should be. I mean, the challenge is that, and the reason I say that is because if you look at most Kingdom Builder titles, after a certain point, they're mainly producing whatever the highest tier unit is and coming out with that as new heroes or commanders anyways, right? Like go and look at Rock and count how many legendary heroes there are, and then look at COD and count how many legendary heroes there are, and then how often you see uncommons or epics being released, right? Rarely ever. So, right, it's just, I don't know. To me, it's just, I feel like if I was going to make a Kingdom Builder, there's a good chance a very good chance that I would just not have any tiers, because I just feel like it's kind of pointless, because you're not getting an even spread of them, right? So it's almost kind of like I don't want to say it's a lie, but it's definitely misleading in that sense, because you are not having an equal number of all the different tiered heroes that are being released equally, right? It's, we'll give you like a couple here and there when the game is starting out, or maybe like throughout the years, we'll like drop one epic or two epics here and there. But the majority of the time, it's the highest tiered hero or commander that is being released as new heroes on average. So it just, I don't know. I don't want to say, using the word like scam is not, I don't think that would be appropriate. That's too aggressive, right? Again, I think misleading, misrepresenting like the balance of tiered heroes is probably more appropriate. It's just not the way that I've seen it really go. And that's not to say that every Kingdom Builder does that, but the ones that I've played, that's been the consistent trend that I've seen. So, if it was me and I was going to make my own Kingdom Builder, which I'd love to at one point in time, don't get me wrong, man. If I was making that Chizgul money, I would. I say that loosely too, because I have no idea how much he makes. But right, if I was someone around that size, dude, I would be saving money to invest in my own Kingdom Builder video game project, and I would without a doubt make the best Kingdom Builder ever that's out in the market. And that's not saying that in any kind of cocky or arrogant way. I just have no doubt and the utmost confidence in my own abilities to be able to do something like that, given the amount of games I've played, the amount of research and data that I collect, the amount of people that I talk to, just understanding the game from a different avenue than what I would argue is kind of like the average creator in the space, just based on some of the content I produce versus others in the Kingdom Builder space. Sometimes you just need a unique perspective when it comes out. But yeah, man, that'd be really dope if I ever had the opportunity to do something like that. Yeah. Maybe what I should do is I should just reach out to like the top 25 players and start being like, hey, can I pitch you my idea to make a Kingdom Builder, and you guys can just angel invest? Right? I should just go to Neff and be like, Neff, dude, listen, I want to put out a Kingdom Builder game. Are you cool with investing? He's like, sure, bro. I have no idea. But that would be cool. Right. Again, I'm probably totally getting off topic at that point, but hopefully you enjoyed that little rant. Yeah. Kevin, what's up? It's NA. Oh yeah, sorry. Kevin was the one who said there was any downtime when we were watching that fight earlier. Ooh, my bad. Was that a little bit low there? Here we go. Oh, dude, I'm happy that the simple mode off is actually holding up well. Yo, we're already at 21 likes. That's what I'm talking about. Keep those coming. We got 4 more until 25. You guys can do it. Appreciate the love. Yeah, people are like, oh my gosh, Boss, you're streaming for a second time on the weekend? I know, right? Listen, man, I try. I want to... Oh, good. I already answered that. Dude, they're just still going at it. Little bunching right here. No, get off the lizard. But EIS and LSK, right, still doing a good job here. Humble pie. Let me get some of that humble pie. But doing a good job of spread. Right, a little clump right here. This isn't bad. A few people over here too as well. Yeah, man. I totally love to see like some flying units or some cav being utilized here and just flanking. Right, I mean, like, look at this, right? Like, they could be spreading over here as well and, like, coming across here as an example. Like, dude, this is something. This is actually an opportunity for Cav to shine a little bit, at least to come out and do something where a bunch of Cav could be like, look at this. You see how all the fighting is being condensed on this side from the flag to the east? You could send Cav all the way around here and flank and hit these builders over there, right? Just as an idea. Right, but again, for those of you saying, like, Cav is... not really relevant or doesn't have a lot of opportunities. Even though that's the case, there's definitely an opportunity right now, that's for sure. Fahid, what's up? Welcome. Hello, Mr. NASTi. Finally got to your lives. Oh, man, I appreciate you. Thanks. Yeah, I know. This is the time, like now, as of a couple hours. I don't even know how long we've been going for right now. We've been going, wow, we just said an hour. Going around this time, if not a little earlier, is really what I would love to be able to do, because I think this time hits also into like the EU after like late afternoon, evening. So it plays a little bit better. But yeah, like anytime kind of around, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll stream at any time of the day for when I'm eventually able to, right? Which is kind of more of a future pre-planning. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying. EIS and ROE is the biggest fight happening right now. I don't know if this is the biggest fight happening right now. If you want to say that it's the most balanced fight, Evelyn, Mia. Mia, Evelyn. Okay, sorry, I just thought I heard my dog outside for a sec there. Max. Okay, maybe we'll go check on that in a sec. Because I totally thought they could hear me. And they're obviously not hearing me right now. Okay, good. They're okay. I just had to make sure the doggy was fine. But yeah, sorry, what I was saying was that this is probably the most balanced matchup. Again, like I said, we still have to do the T5 breakdown to see how they look on both sides. But as far as alliance to alliance power in this 2v2 in Zone 2, I would argue this is probably the most balanced matchup, and therefore it has the highest percentage chance to go for the longest amount of time and sustain for a while, compared to when you have more imbalanced matchups, or just matchups where the balance is getting farther and farther away. So, yeah, I would probably argue that that is kind of a safe bet, or a soft good assessment from Lorenko. Zachary says, don't you think defense is way easier than attacking in CoD? So I will say that I do feel at face value and on paper that defense is, especially for what we saw last season in T1, where people were just hard defending those three primary chokes from west to east and Atherin for Zone 3, especially at that T-choke as well that we saw a lot, where we saw that between FS and Dora. We saw that between BXS, EIS, TFS, RR. I mean, a couple other of the KvK divisions as well that were happening last season, right? We just saw people that were having difficulties breaking through. However, at the same time, let me say that even though, yeah, do I think that there on paper is some more advantages when it comes to defending than there is attacking, and that's simply because when you're attacking, you're usually, especially in those situations where you're kind of turtling at the chokes, you're having to go into your enemy's territory, and because you're having to go into your enemy's territory, they're getting territory buffs, bonuses, their keeps are attacking you. You are, all right, there might be limited space that you go into. Maybe they're even funneling you into certain places as well. So you have to think about those things when you're attacking. And maybe I'm only even naming a couple. But because of those, yeah, there are advantages when you're on defense. However, with saying that, can I safely say that we have seen all different strategies and all different tactical approaches to break a defense, to where I can safely say that, we've seen everything, and yeah, defense is just, like offense is always going to have an uphill battle no matter what? No, I can't say that, because we haven't seen every single way that people can apply different strategies and tactics to try and break a defense, right? I can only speak to what I've seen so far, and I would like to see just other. I'd like to see other styles, right? I want to see more fights and more PvP and KvKs because I just think that there's other approaches that I just haven't witnessed yet. So that's also another part of what excites me the most, to be able to see a lot of different strategies and formations and attacking patterns when you're trying to break down a choke or trying to break like a defensive turtle. So yeah, again, if I ever get more chances to see that, that's really what I would love to be able to do. And then I feel like once I've seen enough, then I'll probably have a better gauge and idea at that point. But generally speaking, yes, defense generally is easier on average than offense. I think easier is subjective. I'll just say there's clear advantages on defense. And if you want to argue that in some cases it is a bit easier, I'd be okay with that. Fate says, Demon, what's up? Welcome. Dustin, what's up? Keeps her eating good. Yeah, man. Yeah, Bassman, what's up? Fate says BDO is dominating. Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, again, we'll probably go take a look at some others. Listen, man, if ROE and EIS and LSK is popping, we'll hang out a little bit longer. I know we've been here for a minute. That's the thing I have to remember too, is once we get in somewhere, we need to start a timer. I always keep forgetting that, so I can time out how long I am in a particular KvK if it's popping, just so that way we can try and cover some other stuff too as well. Let's see as I'm getting down in chat. I know I'm doing my best. TFS and DS is going at it. Okay, we'll take a look. Wille, what's up? Not enough meta flying heroes. Yeah, I think that's pretty sound, just given that they kind of have a slow approach for the heroes that they're coming out with, which I personally like the pacing, right, compared to them just saying like, hey, here's 10 new heroes every update. That would just be, I just don't think that would be perceived well, generally. So I like the pacing, and do I think that they're eventually going to keep adding more flying heroes? 100%, without a doubt. Just as much as I think they're going to keep adding more heroes. I think really what their goal is right now is they need to make it so they have 10 heroes, 10 legendary heroes specifically, for each unit type, right? So they need to have 10 legendary heroes for marksman, for mage, for cav, for infantry, and for flying. And once that happens, right, I think we'll kind of be at what I would consider a bare minimum, to where you can now argue for kind of role type focusing players to really come out. And to me, that's really where I just think the game is going to go. And I think once we get to that point and we start getting closer to that point, we're going to see a big boom in players who are truly specializing and saying like, dude, I'm infantry only, or I'm cav only, right? Or my specialty is flying, and that to me I think is going to be the next great step for us when it comes to KvK, when it comes to quality, PvP quality, and the amount of tactics and strategies that we can see. I think it's just going to add a whole new layer when we really see it, especially when it's being like hyper specialized and hyper focused at a point in time. Yeah, Chelos, what's up? Slot, what's up, man? SPO2. Yo, is that our boy Guns? Is that Gunner size me? Gunzer size me? What's up, man? BDO tank line, no joke. Dude, yeah. It wasn't even just the tank line. It was like even when they were pushing down into NA and... Oh, sorry. It's not NA. Why am I tripping right now? Where's my thing? Hang on, I'm not even doing the right thing. NASA, thank you. People are like, boss, it's NASA, get your shit together, I know. But yeah, even when they were pushing down deep into the NASA territory, they were almost going through like a lane here, a lane here, a lane here, a lane here. And yeah, it was just wild, man. Just the disrespect. Death Moth. Neff is still over there? Oh, he is? Where did he move to? Oh, dude, is this slowing down a little bit? Okay, where's the next action going on? If it's going on in 8, we'll go check that out if that's TFS. Let me just take a look real quick so I can see. Okay, oh, maybe there is some fighting going on. Wait, hang on. We saw BDO and CS. Where's... How much fighting is going on? I just want to see that real quick. I mean, there's not a lot. There's not like a lot going on with TFS, ISDS. I mean, there's a little bit, but it's not... Yeah, it's not like a lot. Yeah, I want to see a little bit more. Let's see. Ooh, let's see the ANCS group, because that was something I know I put in if they're still going at it. Oh, dang. Oh, dude, they must have just had a massive fight. Because there's a lot of dead that's running back right now. Oh, they did. Wow, they're getting pushed right now. Okay. Man, we were just a little bit late. So it's like ANCS, GNJA, and ROA just had a pretty big fight. So yeah, and they're staging right now, but they're not... There's nothing like really ready. We're gonna keep looking around while we keep watching this one just to see. Ooh, okay. Oh, this might be nice. Hang on, let me see here. So we're looking at DBB and Hoot in SB 206, and they're fighting against RR. There's not like a lot. I mean, they're connected in Baduria, but there's not... I don't know if I'd say it's like overwhelming. I think we're probably more likely to see EIS and ROE jam at it again. Yeah. Okay, let me get down a little bit more here. Where am I at right now? I'm totally trying to catch up on chat. What up, Brown? I see BDO is about to push. Oh, here we go. I'm finally getting back to Guns now. Gun says, BN, how much do you think they will increase, if any, the server capacity for new realms? Do you mean the new realms as in just like a new server? Or do you mean... Oh, sorry, you mean for the realm system. Okay. So, I mean, they've already stated that they are planning to increase the server, the kingdom capacity or the realm capacity from season to season, where it's eventually going to plateau at a certain point, right? So they've stated that. Now, could you maybe think... Ooh, nice. Look, it looks like it's about to go back in again. Do we think that it's probably going to be something where Season 2, like end of Season 2, will that be the first recruiting phase? And then when we go into Season 3, that'll be where you see the first bump, right? Or will Season 2 be the first time where they increase the server capacity, then Season 3 they'll increase it, and then maybe after Season 3 they'll kind of stagnate it a bit, or start lowering or reducing, and eventually to maybe where it just kind of plateaus. I think there's a couple ways that they're going to do it, but they have already stated that they are going to be increasing server capacity or realm capacity, right? And they said they're going to do it a couple times, and then eventually it's going to level out. So we know they're going to increase it because they've stated that much. But as far as how much capacity do I think they're going to do, as far as will they increase the amount of slots available for normal, active, and crowded status kingdoms, where we know normal is 350, active is 200, and crowded we assume is 75 to 100, give or take. Do we think those numbers will increase season to season? Possibly. Will it just be the max allowed that will increase, and maybe if they increase the max amount, maybe will that factor into what your activity status will be, right? Similarly to when they increased server capacity before in that impromptu or spontaneous update, right? That also made it so some full status kingdoms went to crowded, some crowded went to active. Do we think that can happen? Because that did happen when that big change came out a little while ago. So, you know, I think without a doubt that I think I guess the biggest question really to ask is, you know, hopefully are they going to allow for us to see what those numbers are in real time, right? So when kingdoms open, depending on their status, will they show us the available slot numbers? And then if people are joining or leaving, will they update those slot numbers in real time? So an example would be like, let's say you have an active status kingdom and it shows that you have 200 spots available. When people are migrating in and out of your kingdom, will those numbers update in real time? I think that would be great, because then we'll be able to get a more accurate gauge on, one, you know, how does that look like season to season based on who's leaving and who's not? Because remember, you can only start leaving once the season gets to its migration phase, right, near the season end. So by the time it comes up, if they end up, like, let's say they end up increasing the max kingdom capacity prior to the migration phase opening, then you can start actually getting a better gauge on, okay, well, did my kingdom go from active to normal? Did my kingdom go from crowded to normal, active? Did my kingdom go from full to crowded? Then you could say, like, okay, well, from season 2 to season 3, or from season 3 to season 4, they on average probably gave us like 100 to 200 more spots, right? Like, you could start looking at the data and kind of pulling together some soft gauges there. But yeah, it's basically a long way of me just saying that, you know, I think, like, if I had to lock in on a number, I mean, I wouldn't know. You know, like I said, could they increase server caps by like 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 players? Sure. Do I think they're going to increase server caps by 1,000 per season? Probably not. Like, I think we can have some realistic expectations. If I had to gauge it, I would probably say like something between 100 and 200. I think that's probably fair. Maybe 100, 250, right, from season to season, and maybe that number starts off higher as you get into your first season where the cap is being increased for your home kingdom, and then the next season after that it's a little bit lower, and then the third season a little bit lower, and then maybe the fourth season is kind of just where it starts plateauing. But, you know, we don't even know what the current cap is right now, and that would just be incredibly helpful. Right? Now, what we can do, and bear in mind there is a way we can actually try to figure this out. And this is something I'm actually going to do. So, Guns, if you're interested in this, I will actually be doing a data collection project once Home Kingdoms release that will actually be able to start getting some averages, some soft averages on what the current sizes of kingdom capacities are based on their current activity status. So, like, that's something I'm actually going to work on. And we can actually pull the data to show that. So that actually might give us a baseline threshold to work off of once they once they start increasing the capacities from season to season, we can probably compare that and then probably get some really interesting data. But yeah, I mean that would be my number, I think, at minimum. LNV BXS SOB 7. Oh, are they going at it right now? We'll have to take a look here in a sec. Let me see. Yo, guys, we're at 23 likes, 2 more to 25. We can do it. Yeah, man. I mean, I got to give a huge shout out here, man, to ROE, ROR, EIS, and LSK. I mean, they are just going at it nonstop right now. Let me see here. Ooh, I might want to look at this, dude. TM and TS against TT. Oh, dude, they got some good numbers here in SP25. I wonder if this is about to go down, because they're at a bridge right now, and they have some decent size. Yeah. Yes, are we? Perhaps, like, do I have to make you another profile picture? Lucas, what's up? Hey, boss. You think they'll add heroes like Madeline or Kanara in the future to gold chests? So, I've talked about this before, and part of me really wants to put a suggestion out about this because I really believe it, is that my view on heroes being released is pretty simple. Once again, if I was going to do my own kingdom builder, this is probably exactly how I do it, or more or less, is that when new heroes are being released, they should always be released in a premium or pay-to-win aspect for a limited period of time. Once that time elapses, if it's, let's say, 2 months, 3 months, whatever it may be, after that, they should be added, not removed, from their current spending or premium way, whether that's, again, in the wheel, if that's in a bundle, if that's in VIP, etc. But they should be added, which is, and in addition to, they should be added to the gold chests, right? So let's say, a good example. So Margaret and Zendaya just came out. Let's say you wait 2 months for them to be out. And then once they're out for 2 months, they're automatically added to gold chests. And then you can start drawing them from gold chests. That, to me, I think, is a lot better. I think it makes the game a lot more free-to-play friendly. And if you really are worried about increasing the percentage odds that much, you could do something. And this is questionable on how you want to approach this, because I've kind of been tinkering with this idea of, well, if you have a hero that's awakened, like you have them at max skill level, do you just remove them from the gold chest temporarily? So this way it gives everyone an opportunity to increase their percentages, right? So this is kind of like an individual thing per player. So let's say, for example, you've maxed out Garwood and Nika in the gold chest. Once you've maxed them out and you've awakened them, those heroes are removed from the gold chest. So that way your percentages, the percentages that they had, are either they're just removed from it and then now you can only pull other legendary heroes, or maybe their percentages are split evenly between all the other gold heroes in there, and that just gives you now a better chance of pulling other legendary heroes. Now, there's a couple ways you can do it, but generally speaking, that's something I like, which is just the heroes at minimum moving to the gold chest after they have been released for a period of time. Because we all know in most cases, the majority of heroes are not released in gold chests. They're released in premium or spender areas, where you either have to pay money or you have to use gems. And so, it's and the way I look at it is pretty simple. It's like this. You're going, oh, hang on, let's go look real quick. Where was I? 7? Is that LNV? Am I in 7? No, I'm not. I'm in 03. Okay, let's go take a look real quick over here. Ooh, what's going on here, dude? BXS and LNV are going at it at the bridge? Dude, very nice. Very, very nice. But yeah, so what I was just trying to finish saying is that, my view on that is you're going to always be having new heroes that are coming out, right? And so people just have to understand that if you're always going to be having new heroes that are coming out, and as a free-to-play player, who knows, God knows how long it's going to take you to max one legendary hero. What is it to anyone if you max that legendary hero out and then, if those heroes move to the gold chests? Because it's still going to take you a bajillion years, give or take, to max more legendary heroes out. And then let's take it a step further. Let's say that you're a free-to-play player, you get done maxing Garwood, and Garwood is then removed from the gold chest. There's still like 30,000 other heroes there that is going to take you a long time to max as well. But if you were to do something like that, it would make your game so much more free-to-play friendly than I would argue any other kingdom builder on that aspect of what they offer. And you're still not going to make it to where all of a sudden free-to-play players are going to be maxing T5 or maxing out all their legendary heroes within a week. Like, let's really put some realistic expectations and thought behind this, right? But would it be something that would immediately garner a lot more attention and a lot more appreciation and a lot more good publicity for your game to do something like that, to where you can make that claim and say, yeah, we are the most free-to-play friendly game in the market, in like overall, but we definitely exceed in a number of these areas within the game, 100%. So, I mean, like, what are we really talking about here, right? I think it's so non-existent at that point that, to me, it's just a no-brainer. Yeah. So. Yeah. We just like, you make the words Kingdom Builder of all time. Man, you'd be surprised, man. I'd kill it. Sneaky's like, oh, what's up, Sneak? Sneak's back. He's like, I'm done fighting for the day. Dope, dude. Hopefully it went well. He's like, I kid, by the way, it'd be sweet. Yeah. Yo, our boy Wheeze, man. Our boy Wheeze coming in for the member sub. Appreciate you. Our boy is in for a dime. I appreciate you, man. If we get a chance, if we can get some hearts in the chat for our boy Wheeze. I'm still, as you guys know, one of these days I'm gonna have these new emojis. Like I was working with this artist. We have a good game plan. I'm not gonna name any names, but I still would love for them to make, because they had some really good potential already. So I am, whenever we go full time, basically is where I'm going to stay with that. But appreciate you, Weez, man. So much love. Nice. Yeah. I mean, at this point, it's more of, people that enjoy the stuff, want to support, help the journey of me getting there just a little bit sooner. Kimono, who's winning EIS row? It's kind of stalemated at this point, Kimono, for where we're watching. Best man, there's a big push. Just got deleted by ROA, GNJA. Yeah, no, I know. I feel so bad because I was watching the prep for that earlier on my second monitor over here on this screen, not this one. And so I feel bad I caught it late. I know I was. Yeah, Nemesis was up, man. NTS, that's right. Agogo, what's up? Zeta. Yeah, no, it's Zendaya. So, yeah. Yeah. Sneaky with the 1.1 mil dead. I wonder what's going on here in this one, because it's BXS, LNV. I thought they were doing something after. Aren't they supposed to be trying to join up together at the end of the season, or am I just like cray-cray? So it's BXS, Boss, and then LNV and whoever this is. Oh, it's LNV up here. Okay, so it's like two. Huh. How much power does Boss have? Let's see. So 8.1. And BXS is 13.9. And LNV is... So what's that, 21, 21.5 or something? And they're 12.6. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but they were fighting up here at the bridge, I thought. Dang, bro, they're just chasing. The utter disrespect. Just joking. All right, let's go see what else is popping. I think it was that DBB. I don't know if DBB are who. We'll take a look. They were fighting a little bit up in like the northeast from what we saw. Yeah, see, here it is. Yeah, see? So they're still going at it. What is this person's name? Gegs Lagan? I don't get it, but I wonder, or is it Lagan? Gegs Lagan? I have no idea. Yo, my boy's name is Top 19. Shout out to Top 19. That's good. I like that. I like that. Also, I finally caught up on chat. It's so funny. I finally catch up on chat, but now I need to catch up on Discord messages. Also, right, for those of you just joining, we are just, again, kind of going in and out and taking a look at KvK wars that are happening right now in Bellerin Season 2. We're currently in SB2-6, where this group we have is, this matchup is FS, DBB, RR, Hoot, QDL versus PTW, PTW2, which is the PTW second alliance. That's Toxic's alliance for pay to win, and Freaks. And I think we're in wherever I am right now. We're in Buduria, which is DBB. So this is Zone 2. Right, remember, Zone 2 is for the 8 KvKs that we're going in. I'll show you that real quick. Right, where's my thing? So for the 8 KvKs here, their Zone 2's opened up pretty much around 24 hours ago, give or take. And now I feel like I lost my spot. I'm over here. So yeah, we're just going through and watching. And again, there's also a pinned message in chat for those of you that would like to join the Discord and ring notifications or react to notifications for when we go live or for when we have new content coming out, along with some information to sub or donate for those of you that would like to do so beyond just the standard viewership. Always appreciate. That way we can, I mean, listen, at this point, you know what I need to do? Tell me if you guys would support this. I feel like I just need to have a campaign and the campaign is to show up my lady, right? Where at one point in time, like that's the campaign, right? It's it's to get enough subs or members to get to a point along with what I'm making from YouTube, just from ads, and getting to a point where I can eventually go to her and just be like, all right, babe, I'm making enough now to where I can do this full time, and the community has a personal message for you. Right? Like maybe that's the campaign I need to run on, right? I don't know. But I'll tell you this. The day that I am able to go full time, if and whenever that may or may not happen, I will totally, you know what I'll do? I'll record it. That's what I'll do. I'll record it. Me going to my lady, showing her, and being like, look, babe, this is how much I'm making right now. And then I basically just announce it to her in that moment, like out of nowhere. Like, this is how much I'm making now, and guess what? I'm going full time. I quit my job. And I'll just record it just to get her reaction. To be fair, it's probably going to be I'm leaving you right now. But do I think it would still be hilarious to watch? Yeah, I do. Without a doubt. I feel like I'm going in a little bit too much now. So you guys have to let me know if you think that's a good idea. So DBB Hoot fighting against RR. So it looks like RR is... Let me see, where are they right now in here? This is Buduria, right? So they're coming up from here. It's Hoot, DBB, RR, and then QDL is coming up. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, that's what it was. Gotta put their names in here and update my sheet. QDL. Okay, nice. We're good. But I think this is about halfway. Like, if you think about they're coming here, this side's coming here, they're coming up here. This kind of, like, this plateau, I guess right here around this actually kind of feels like it, either here at the ramp or here at the bridge over here. Like, one of those kind of feel like that's the midpoint. So maybe it is. Maybe that's the way they really made it, like, designed it. They were like, yeah, we're going to do it on the plateau, and that's where the fighting's going to be. And this is a little bit more smaller scale, but again, I'm still a fan. Dude, Black Bones is coming in. 47, 800k merits. Oh, nice. Oh. Yeah, that'd be nice. Where is this again? ST1. Oh, is that ST1? Oh. Okay. You said there's fights going on in ST118. Let me check on my scout. Oh, dude, TM and TS are going at it right now. Oh, man. I see I had it here, but I just caught it a little late. Where am I? Is that SB25? Okay, you guys don't want to go watch this bridge fight real quick? Because they're going at it right now. Here it is. Yeah, so here in SB25, this is... I think we're in Ravona. And this is TT, and whoever's on this west side or northwest of the bridge. And then on this side, it's TS and TM, I believe. Yeah. Some people have already died. This might actually be smaller than I thought. I thought we were going to get a little bit more, but I'm going to be honest. I was expecting a bit more, but now I just kind of feel like this is a reckoning. Oh, and I mean, that maybe that's harsh to say. Yeah. Let's see. Let me see what else we got going on here. Is RKO, are they still fighting right now? Let me see. Yeah, they're still fighting against VH and DK. I mean, they still got people coming in, though, man. Yeah, I think in this case with, like, TS and TM, I probably would have waited a bit more, but I imagine they probably did already, and then they made the push in. Oh, interesting. Actually, the numbers don't look that bad right now for them. But I probably would wait. I'd gather a bit here, and then I would push in together. And then I would probably split going up here, right? Like, go in, hit the builders, formate, you know, set up your formation, and then go ahead and start attacking. Yeah, I mean, this just isn't like generally, right? What do we often talk about? You never stop on the bridge, right? That's number one. You never want to stop on the bridge. Just, again, you go through the bridge. You don't stop on the bridge. If you're going to push, you do it with intent, and you be aggressive about it. So, you know, you're either going to fight long distance, and you're going to poke a bit, or if you're going to push the bridge, you push all the way through the bridge, and then you either banana peel or you push out in one direction, right, where you're trying to potentially fill into an open spot or space, and then you set up your formations and your structure, and then, you know, you kind of fight it out there. Also, you also have to consider as well, and this is one of the things we don't often talk about too much, or maybe mention too much, but you also want to be cognizant of securing a resupply line, right? So if you have players that are going to be coming back in and you've pushed out over a choke, you have to kind of think about, well, okay, are we going to position ourselves in a way where we can get troops that are coming in and resupplying our forces that are on the other side pushing the choke? Because you don't want to be cut off, right? Because that potentially could just reduce, unless you have, I mean, unless you're just kind of planning for it just to kind of be a one and done where, you know, you're just pushing over with a heavy amount and the objective is just to try and get as many favorable trades as you can, right? Whether or not you plan to stay or you're willing and open to disengaging and coming back to reduce your losses. Stan, what's up? ROG member here. Welcome, welcome. Let me see. KvK. Let's see here. Six hoots. Yeah. Let me go see real quick what's happening back in. Okay, let's do that. I mean, it looks like they're setting up again, but let's go look over here. I think TFS and POSK has some action that's going on. Oh, I'm tripping. This is just my home. Ooh, what's going on over here? Oh, whatever. They're fighting. Okay, that's cool. You can do it. Ooh, what's happening here, though? Oh, geez, wow. They must be heavy pushing this. So POSK is building. 20 minutes there. TFS has 3 minutes on that flag. And, okay, so I mean, there's not a lot, though. I mean, they're kind of spread out right now. They're one flag until touching. This flag probably won't touch this. It's probably going to be this. Yeah, they're going to have to build a second. But once this happens... Dude, I really like this strategy. So... this is something that I've actually wanted to talk about for a while, which I'm basically going to dub the blooming strategy, is what I consider it. So the idea is once you get to a choke point, and I'm probably going to make a separate video on this, but once you get to a choke point and you feel like, you know, there's a chance we're probably going to have some sustained or longer sustained fights that are happening. Once you get there, the objective is to basically bloom your territory, like a flower, right? So the flower is like this, and then you're blooming out, right? Or it's like, shh, and it's blooming. So the idea is like if you're flagging here, and let me see if I can give you guys an example here as well, right? So the idea being that you flag here, And blooming means you're covering your area like this, right? So you'd flag here, you'd flag here, you'd flag. And again, I understand there's a wall here, but you just, just follow along. You get my drift. And the reason why you want to bloom is because when you bloom territory build at a point where you feel like, okay, this is going to be like a major fighting position or forward operating base, the reason you do this is so you can get all of your players that are over here behind lines and bring them up. That's the whole point, right? Is so you can get people that are really far back in your territory and push them closer so you can have shorter resupply times, right? And more people engaged in the fight that's happening on the front line. So yeah, I've actually been wanting to talk about that for a minute, so I'm happy I can get that off my chest. All right, these kids. Gotta get that baby powder out. You know what I mean? Just shh, shh. A little pen slap. Lightly, though, of course. They're like, gosh, you're a little wild now. ST118. Oh, was it 17? Maybe it was 17, someone told me. Yeah, I'm not sure. There's not really a lot going on there, man. Let's go back to... TS, what was ROE, right? Maybe they're still jamming it out. Yeah, because I feel like I already missed out a little bit on... Ooh, dude, they're still going at it. Wow. Nice. Evelyn, what'd I just say? These kids, man. I'm telling you, they just... My lady doesn't sleep that well, so... anytime I'm able to get her a little extra sleep, I'm always a fan of it. Happy wife, happy life, as they say. Dang it. Yep. Mia, come here, please. Come here. Yep. Can you go give me some more water, please? No. Mia's gonna help you. Go.
I got it.
Okay, Mia's gonna help you though. Okay, don't spill. What are you guys doing over there?
We're just playing.
Okay, are we making a mess?
No.
We better not be. Oh gosh, these kids, man. Trying to make the kids play COD and have a family alliance. That's what I should do. I mean, not necessarily a bad idea. Yeah, that might be rough. Mink, what's up? ST118. Oh, there's big fights happening there? Dude, I thought I was just looking there, though. Okay, I'm going to look. Because I was just looking at ST118, and I did not see anything that was going down. Where do I need to look? Am I looking Atherin? Oh, is it at the bridge? Oh, my God. Dude, is this about to go down? Dude, someone was not lying to me. Alright, guys, hang on. I have to show you this because this is absolutely freaking disgusting. Right now. Where is it? Yeah, it's right here. Look at this. Look at how disgusting that looks. I mean... Max! Max, come here! So Max, come here! Close it, close it, close it, close it, close it, close it. No. Close it when Max is in here. Yeah, go put Max in his cage, Mia. Mia, did someone knock on the door? No, Mia. Did someone knock on the door? Okay, then go. You can answer it, but just if it's Daniel or someone, just tell them you can play later, not right now. Okay. Oh my God, they're going at it. They're doing it. Okay, do we need to simple mode this? I'm going to say 100%. So we're going to click this early. Okay, there we go. Good. It is going down. right now. Dude, do they have 3 rallies? Is that what I'm seeing right now? And were they all Goresh Skogul? Dude, they are. DSR, B-Nut, and Mr. Chet? Oh my gosh, dude, they have 3 Goresh Skogul rallies. So this is what it looks like. And wow. Dude, oh my gosh, absolutely nuts right now. And they have, was that Necro? I think I saw that just threw the ball out. Or is that the Giant? I think it is Necro. Dude, this is absolutely freaking insane right now for what we're getting. This is crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh, there is one. Yeah, see, there's a Necro I see right now. Hoodlum. Hoodlum's the one who's running it. Nice. Dude, I'm about to go spank my dog here in a second. This guy, he's killing me right now. 1 sec. Oh gosh. What is it? Huh? Yes. No, not right now. I'll tell you when. Okay. Doggo's hanging out with me now, and we didn't miss that much. Good. 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 It's our mascot. Mm-hmm. That's right. Ain't so tough now. Ain't so tough now. Right? You know what it is? It's the little dog syndrome. That's what it is. It's a small dog syndrome. So, okay. Do we think it's safe to take simple mode off? That's. Let Max. I should let Max interview Nephisto. I should. Yeah, but oh, I'm sorry. Here it goes. Yeah, you wanna interview? You wanna interview the big guys? Okay. Let's see. Are we brave enough to take this off? Let's see. Yeah, okay, we're gonna put it back on. Because the lag was ensuing. Yeah, let's not take it off. We need more deaths to occur before that happens. Yeah. Dude, just absolutely nuts right now. Even BD. Oh no, see, that is on their side. Wow. So people are actually hitting the rally though. Dang. I mean, usually what we ended up seeing in other KvKs is that when the rallies were coming down, people were basically like letting them go by to avoid, or just not targeting them and just kind of like letting them stay there. And we saw this pretty, not only consistently, but like really done in a pretty diligent way, where when we were watching the TFS fighting BXS and EIS, I think it was, there was multiple times where rallies were coming down the Spire choke on the northern side for the Tamara Season 2 map, and they would almost open space for them to just run right by. And also make it a point to not focus, but just wait for them to break or split, and then they would focus them at that point. So I wonder if maybe, again, if part of this is just needing to be a little bit more coordinated, if the objective is to avoid attacking the rally, or if they are going to hit the rally, then why are they not necessarily focus firing down the rally to burn it faster? right? Therefore, reducing the amount of time it's up and reducing the amount of skills, passives, and DPS that it can do, right? If that is, right, if that's the other plan that they're operating with. So it is just, it's interesting, right? And is it, so like, do we take that more as a, okay, right, those alliances that are allowing the rally to engage and hit, do we say that there's a little bit more practice, a little bit more coordination, a little bit more structure that needs to be applied to those, right? So like that's one way that we can kind of gauge the quality of your team is, or the, you know, the organization of your team is like, you know, what's the least amount of damage that you can take from a rally that's being sent to you, right? Like how much patience, how much resilience do you have? It is interesting when you think about it. And I imagine if, you know, they're just sending, you know, if people are just sending like a shiitake mushroom rally, then it probably doesn't really matter too much at that point. Yeah. Arian says top 25 family alliances. I mean, that could be cool to do. We'd have to wait for there to be more. We'd have to wait for there to be more kingdoms up, and we'd have to wait for there to be more alliances or more family or more groups or families that have 2 or more alliances in them before we could do like a top 25 kind of a deal like that. Because that would be more of kind of like a specialized top 25 video, right? It's not really something that's kind of a part of what I'd consider to be like the average or the typical that I'm putting out on a monthly basis. It could happen. It's just those things that I mentioned would have to happen first, right, before we could get to that point. Mink, what's up? Kemi, what's up? This is our server. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, nice. Yeah, man, someone DM'd me on Discord and told me that the fight was going on. What do you want to do? Huh? Yeah, I just didn't have a time. I just didn't have a... I saw it late. I'm bad at looking at notifications, like Discord notifications or in-game messages, things like that when I'm live streaming. So I definitely need to get better at the multitasking aspect on that part. Yo, where is my water? Yeah. Mia! Evelyn! Where's my water? Mia, where's my water? Can you give me some water, please? Can you give me some water in the cup? Go, 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 go. Mia, go. I'm just staring at her. You know, when you got your kids and they're just like watching TV and they're just totally zoning out, I think to myself, was that me when I was growing up? You know, like this, it's good stuff. But LTS, man, and BD, this is nice. So it's BD, PS, LTS, and Law. And I'm trying to think, where was the matchup here that I had? Oops, sorry, bud. Let me see what we had for ST1. I think this is 17? No, 18, excuse me. So the matchup here for this one, when I took it, and I did look at the top 200 board here, it was plus 12. So it was 106 T5s to 94 T5s. This was at a 50 mil threshold. And it was plus 12 favoring the BD, PS, BP, LEDW side over LTS, LEW. So that means that they had 12 less T5 players than the other side. I mean, it's not anything major, right? But it obviously is a decent amount when you're just... at least when we look at the top 200, right? We'd have to go into each of the alliances that are fighting and specifically look at the breakdown. On top of this, this was about a 34 billion. So this is actually favoring BD, PS, BP, LEDW, right, where they combined. So it's like a 4v2 situation here that's happening in Zone 3, where it's 34 bill versus 12 bill, right? So there's a 13 bill difference in power. And that's combined alliance power. That's not necessarily like combined fighting power, right, which would be different in that case. But obviously there is a little bit of an edge that goes to the BD and PS side here. I wonder if maybe we're okay to remove simple now. Okay. I think we're probably okay now. I mean, they're definitely holding at this point. Which, I mean, the thing I think we should keep in mind, though, is that they were holding the bridge just south of here, and now they're getting pushed to the spire, right? And they both were coming in here from, I think, the northwest. Which, I mean, look, man, don't get me started on the passes here in this particular map. Even so, if I'm just talking about Mia, Evelyn, can I get some water, please? They're still waiting. I just want my damn water. No, sure. But what I was going to say is that when it comes to the map positioning for this, and let me show that real quick because I think we're okay right now. So, showing this off, my thing is this. I personally don't like the fact that there are 4 passes on the east side, and then there's 2 passes over here on the west side, right? Now, do I think that these aren't massively impacted in some way or the other? I mean, give or take. But would I rather see 4 passes over here, right, or something that's just even, right? Or if it's 6, can we do 3 and 3? Can we maybe move Agoru down here, right? So like Agoru fills out, like, so when you're thinking about the final zone here, it would be something like this, right? So it'd be something like this, where Lorcan would fill out, or sorry. Thank you.
Anything for more?
There's nothing like some high quality H2O. But like, so here's the example, right? And then we do something like this. Right? Or whatever it is. And then we do blue, and it would fill out the rest as an example, right? And maybe the pink line's a little bit too strong, but you get what I'm saying. Is that if they did like an equal third split, and then they said, okay, right, pass here, pass here, pass here, pass here, pass here, pass here, right? Or whatever it is, right? You try to equal it out. Girl, stop. You're making too much noise. Right? But the idea being, if you can do something like that, is where I'm getting with it. And like, to me, that's something I'd absolutely love to see, because I just think that if we have something that's a little bit more equal, that isn't kind of necessarily favoring one side or the other, or giving any general inherent advantages, right, when it comes to positioning for passes on the map and the way that the entry to the final zone is designed, we can have a little bit more of fair play and equality across, even when we consider. One more time and you're both going to sit down. Gotta start dropping the hammer. But yeah, in short, because we talked about this in the T1 season when we were covering it last season, and we specifically spoke about the distance from the level 3 passes to the Dragon, and the fact that some of the passes you can get there faster, flagging versus others, and it's just kind of the same thing. Like, I'm okay with an asymmetrical map design, but at a certain point, you at least need to consider having not only equal distances, but at the same time, if you have 3 zone 2s, or in this case 3 zone 3s, that are going into zone 4, there needs to be some consideration for the area that they're coming in from as well in that final zone.
I gotta have one check.
Huh?
Can I have one check?
How do we ask?
Can I have one check, please?
That's right. Here, let me see.
I get it.
Oh, you can open it? Okay, yeah, go ahead. All right. Yeah, man. These kids got to know manners, bro. I'm going to take them to cotillion school. No. This isn't bad, though, dude. I mean, they're going at it nonstop. Oh, let me see. What was someone saying here? For a mobile game, it can take a toll on my gaming desktop, which is wild. Yeah, right. Kashuni, what's up? This fight, it's Law and BDPS is basically the same power. BP and LAW are staying out of it. Oh, okay, I see. Kemi says, we pushed the Dragon, but we fought 3 fronts and 4 alliances. Then we set back here. 94 to 160 T5 is not an equal fight anyways. Yeah, I mean, again, I would imagine it's probably a little bit more lopsided on that case. I haven't done like a hard I haven't done a hard comparison at what the T5 breakdown is, but I'll take your word for it. And I imagine that that number is probably leaning in favor of BDPS over LAW LTS at that point. So I can understand that. And it is one of those things where you would think that when they're and so this is the thing, right? Is that the matchmaking can do the best job that it can to match kingdom powers to kingdom powers, but at the end of the day, it's really going to come down to the kings and queens and the people who are conducting diplomacy, representing those kingdoms, to ensure that they're going to set up to have the best possible and longest lasting war that they possibly can. And the only way you can do that is by auditing all of the alliances that are in the KvK, and everyone has that data and information transparently to where you can look at what the punching power is for each of the alliances at T5 breakdowns from 50 to 60 mil plus, or from 50 to 60 mil, 60 to 80, 80 to 100, and then like 100 plus as an example, right? And you could see what that looks like, right? If you want to do a deeper breakdown, you can do it at every 10 mil power, but at least doing it in a way where you can see from kind of a high level on what do some of those matchups look like. Because then at that point, you're just playing Tetris. All you're doing is just connecting the dots, right? Where you're basically saying, okay, well, we have 6, 7, or 8 alliances in this KvK that are active, and what's the number of T5s that everyone has, right? And then what's the number they have at each interval tier. And then it's, okay, let's take this one out, let's put this one over here, let's move these two over, let's swap these guys, and then now it's going to be a pretty fair and balanced fight for the season. And to me, that's the number one thing I look at, right? And that's why I track data on the last season where we looked at those 9 KvKs and we did that big T5 PvP breakdown so we could see what were the best matchups that were the most balanced, right, going into those KvK seasons. Because to me, I think that plays a big factor, right? Like, I would rather watch a KvK where we have a balanced matchup, not only on alliance power, but T5 to T5s, versus watching a KvK where the power is, like, decently imbalanced to widely imbalanced. And then, it's like, I don't know. My view is like, can you really call that a win, right? When not everyone's healthy, not everyone is at the same kind of ratio numbers for T5 to T5. Again, and that's with the exception of like spending power, right, being the X factor, because that's always going to be something that's kind of more up to, what each individual is able to do. But I'm talking just on paper. That to me, I just think is really important. And I think it's pretty clear if you start really paying attention to those details, you can really start seeing and illuminating yourself to like which alliances are always on the side of fair and balanced matchups, and then which alliances are on the sides of imbalanced matchups, which can, to a degree or at times, tell us that they just want easy wins versus those that want more of a challenge, right? And so, again, to me, that's just something I just think is really important. And it's something that I just don't think is talked about enough. And part of why it's probably not talked about enough is because it just takes a minute. Like, you have to go and pull that data so you can see how the matchups are really looking. Because more often than not, just looking at alliance power versus alliance power is not always going to tell you the full story. Okay, I'll be RB. I think my little lady just woke up. So we go grab her and bring her down, and hopefully this fight is still going. I am muted. Okay, I clicked something accidentally. Thank you for that, guys. What I was trying to say was that I'm wondering why we're not seeing more harass or more abuse from the cliff on the second level. Because when we were watching the TFS, BXS, EIS matchup last season, and they were fighting on the Bellerin season or the Tamaris. No, was it? I'm trying to think right now. Because this is... Where was it? Where was it? Was it on this one? No. Oh, sorry. It was on this one. My bad. So it was on this one here, right? And if you remember, they were fighting on this. And TFS was trying to push through to get to the Spire. And while they were attacking the Spire, BXS was just wailing on them from up here on the ridge. Like, it happened multiple times until eventually TFS was able to build some more flags out here, and then they started placing more of their cities up on the ridge, and then they started battling out for control of the ridge, which ended up making their push to eventually get the Spire a lot easier, or at least a little easier. And so, anyways, I'm just wondering why we're not seeing at least some of that, because, again, keep in mind, from what we're seeing here, LAW has control of the ridge. Now, again, I don't know how many players could or could not, again, if they have some numbers here. But, like, again, I would harass on the ridge. Just because all you're, for the most part, you're making them split their focus, which makes your frontline battle a little easier. And anytime you can attack them from two or more sides, all you're doing is just weakening them by diverting their attention. And this was something that worked well in that matchup that we saw last season. So, Adam G, what's up? Hey, Mr. Kenny Bow, you enjoying our fight? Dude, 100%. Yeah, anytime I'm able to watch a lot of action going on in the field, man, I'm always excited. I am always a happy camper, man. I mean, there's not too much, strategies and tactics that can be applied when the chokes are so thin and you're kind of just forced, in a sense, to fight throughout. But really, and there are some, of course. But for the most part, just being able to see, some good activity, some good engagement, some long-lasting fights, man, that's what it's about. So I'm always going to be a lover and a purveyor of some good PvP, for sure. Yeah, how long are we going now? Wow, we're a little over 2 hours right now. Shocking. And hopefully the lady is still sleeping, but I have a feeling she is not. I have a small feeling. Yeah, I think the most important thing when you're fighting here, though, is just to make sure you're staying wide the whole way. And... No! That wasn't me! My daughter hit it! Where were we now? Hang on, I gotta zoom all the way back out now. I think I remember where we were at. Where was that, 18? Okay. Wasn't my fault. She got too close. Yeah. Oh, we can't blame the baby, though. Am I missing it? Maybe we need to go simple now. Oh yeah, see? When we go simple, then we can see the Spire. Like, look, man, things become alive. I already see where that hand's going. You can bang on that other computer all day long. Maybe I need to get her a fake computer when I think about it. People are like, boss, that's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, look, dude, they're hanging on though, man, and I wonder how long they've been fighting for too, as well. At least for LTS LEW, because they've been going for a minute right now. No, no. Okay, good. Whew. She hit something, but nothing changed. we're still good. We're still good. Huh? Yeah, girls, you still need to be quiet because mommy's still sleeping. Okay, let's get those, man. Yeah. Oh, why can't you kids just give me some peace and quiet? No, it's okay. You know, it's funny. People tell me you gotta love and enjoy the chaos while it lasts, because eventually, when they're out of the baby phase or out of the toddler phase, and they're becoming more self-sufficient and getting older, you're probably gonna miss it. Probably some things. Kemi, hey, lovely family BN. Well, thank you. Thank you. I think they're okay. Just don't tell them that. Don't tell them I said that. But yeah, no, they are joys of my life. I will say that. I definitely wouldn't have it any other way. That's for sure. I don't realize. I can upgrade? Oh, I have to update my Discord? Okay, sure, why not? Ooh, can we take... Let me see if I can take this off now. Maybe? We're going to put it back on. Yeah, see, that's the test, too. For if you guys notice that. That's the test. So notice how when we took simple mode off, the banner up here was lagging, but then we put simple mode back on, and now the banner is flowing nicely, right? Just, again, I think it's just to show that my belief, at least for it, is that simple mode is working, and it's doing what it should be doing. So. Adam G says, Lisa of LTS maxed out all bundles for all T5 members before this fight. Dang. What a god. Oh, is that JQ, Lisa? Right? S118? ST118? Hang on, where... I gotta look real quick. What are the kingdoms in ST118 so I can look? I think it is. Someone have to let me know if I'm wrong there. So 119, I gotta go to 119. Okay, oh, it is JQ Lisa. Okay. Oh, sorry, Kemi's telling me now that she didn't. It was a joke. People should know this, man. When you're typing stuff over text, right, we will believe you to a degree. Or I'll at least go along with it until it's proven otherwise. Okay. It's okay. I'll message Lisa later and say, hey, Kemi said that you purchased out the store before the fight. Is that true? Yeah, I think I have Lisa on Discord too. So I think I've had some good chats with her, or at least a couple. I think. Yeah. Watch out with juice killers. Let's see real quick. Murder Dolphin. Oh, isn't Murder Dolphin Lisa? Right? At 250? Geez, the LTS people have like the top 4 spots. Yeah. Yeah, wow. Shocker. Shocker. We have to lie low. Okay. So looks like BD and PS are pushing up a little bit more now. I mean, I have to believe they probably don't care too much about the Spire at this point, which I think is actually fair. Yo, there's Amazon! Amazon, I see you. But I was going to say, I have to believe they probably don't care too much about the Spire at this point because it's probably a little more valuable just to fight it out and probably aim for just good trades. Because eventually when your opponents tire a bit or increase their Sev woundeds in their hospitals, then you'll probably find yourself in an easier push for getting Spire control. If that is what their plan is. Yeah. And as always, right, if you guys are enjoying the stream, always helps out when we get up on top of, again, if those of you do want to join the Discord, there is a link. Well, thankfully, I was not clicked on my browser because that would have retreated it. But there's a pinned link in the chat or a pinned chat message in the live chat for those of you that do want to join the Discord. If you'd like to get notified when we do our live streams, which is kind of randomly at this point, and when we have new content that comes out, you can always check that out as well. Maybe it's good. Let's see. Can we maybe take this off now? Let's see. Okay, it's okay for now. Oh. Salud. Ruse Mom, what's up? We're having quite the battle. It's been a fun zone. Oh man, absolutely. This has been pretty fun to watch. Yeah, we'll go back to that though. Kashuni says it's been almost non-stop fighting for the past 5 days since Pass is open. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean it's one of those things where like it makes me want to be in a situation where I can live stream more because I'd love to be able to show those off. Yeah. So. Yeah. No, that's awesome though. Where am I at? She's almost at 2.5 hours. We're going cray-cray right now. Robert, what's up? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, it's the BS IMD. I don't know how much action's going on in that one though. Oh wow, IMD finally got the Spire too? Jeez. Just nuts. Do you have a death wish? What's a death wish? Dude. Sorry. I don't know if anyone here has enjoyed the Chicken Run movies before, or the original that came out, but they just made a new one called Dawn of the Nugget. And, dude, some of the lines in there are hilarious. I'll just say that. 17, 19. Oh, look at this, man. Stop playing with that, please. Look at this, man. LTS pushing up, being able to push PD, BDPS a little bit now. Ooh, okay, here's coming the Madeline rally. Oh my gosh, okay, maybe, oh my gosh, okay, just don't lean with all your weight. Gosh. Yeah, I don't know if there's... I'm just trying to take a look and see if there's any other action going on too as well. Dude, they're just going non-stop though, man. Just back to back to back. Oh wow, dude. Absolutely nuts right now. Who doesn't want their own bucket? Yeah, I'm taking a look right now, like S2. Ooh, it's getting intense. Let's re-enable. Jeez, man, they're just going non-stop, man. This is nuts. I mean, in good ways, right? But dang. Yeah. Floral, what's up? Hey, hey. Happy to catch you. Going to Steve. Okay, so here we go. Right now we're seeing a little bit of ridge hits there. I do like that. Yeah, man, they're all over the place right now. This is decent size on the TT fight too. I wonder if BDO NASA finally went, because I don't think we were able to watch that fight. Oh dang, dude. So BDO ended up actually pushing NASA in. Oh my gosh. Wow. So we probably missed the last big fight, because I could show you guys this right now. This is nuts, man. So I'll put this here. So BDO NASA right here, BDO's up here, right, in Baduria for Zone 2. And they're now getting their fort destroyed. They got an hour and 12 on that. And then they're also destroying the flag over here. That's got 40 seconds left on that one. And it doesn't look like NASA is trying to make anything. I don't see any herding or kind of staging area that they're trying to build to try and push against. So it looks like they're probably going to lose those two and then keep... Man, my daughter, man, she loves me so much. She just... Dang it, where were we? It was 18, right? Yeah, it was here. Okay, sweet. I'm gonna turn simple mode off now. Good. Oh, dude, nuts. So BD... Oh, wow, okay, never mind. I thought they were actually, like, hard pushing past the Spire. But they're not. Or not yet. Yeah. Blake, what's up? Last time you tuned in, LTS was at Dragon. Yeah. 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 And then I think the second to... No, the very last time I tuned in was when... Oh, oopsies. I'm, like, still watching it. I'm just showing it to you guys on a little bit lower quality of a monitor. I forgot, because I'm sharing my window. But yeah, the very last time I tuned in, they were at the bridge. The time before that, they were at... It was either the Dragon or they were at the bridge to the Dragon. down low. So yeah, there's definitely been a number of changes. Yeah. Scades, what's up, man? Doing good, doing good. Happy to see you. Dang, man, they're just going at it though, nonstop still. All right, fam. I think I'm probably gonna call it at this point. This has been an absolute blast. We ended up actually getting some decent viewer numbers today. Ended up getting one person that joined as a member sub, so that's awesome too as well. Came in for a dime, and yeah. Again, I know it's kind of random for me when I stream, but as I always like to tell people. If you do want to get access, right, you can join the Discord. I put a pinned comment there in a pinned chat message. So if you look at the live chat and you go to the top and you mouse over that, it should have a couple links, but one of them should be to the Discord. And if you decide to join the Discord and you want to do it so you can have a few areas of access, but more importantly, if you want to get notified for when we do live streams and for when we have YouTube content, and I do somewhat regularly reset these so these numbers are not hard accurate as far as the total amount of people that have these enabled, but if you want an opportunity to do that, it's there. There's also a page here on how to sub-donate, kind of just beyond the general viewership, for those that are interested to support our journey that we're on to eventually get to a full-time content creator. But as always, thanks for tuning in. This has been a fun 2.5 hours of us just basically watching nonstop PvP wars in the KvK, so it's been an absolute blast. And yeah, thanks so much. Hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, man, I will catch you guys next time. You say bye? You say bye? Say bye. Say bye. No? Okay, that's cool. Hater.